Hi, this is Deanna Kosaraju, founder and CEO of Global Tech Women. So now we're in the Indian Standard Time, and we now have our second presenter who's going to be speaking about the imposter syndrome in women, which is a very important topic for all of us. So I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks, Deanna. Hi, everyone. Hope you had a good day. So let me introduce myself. I'm Vellanki Divya. I'm an associate application developer at VMware Technologies, Bangalore, and I'm a new college graduate. I've been associated for VMware for an year now, including my internship here. I participated in the Global Grace Hoppers Conference 2015. So yeah, that's a short description about me. So let me get started with my topic, imposter syndrome. So to start with, imposter syndrome is a psychological phenomenon in which people, despite external evidence of their competence, remain convinced that they're frauds and do not deserve the success they have achieved. They attribute their success either to their luck or some timing fluke, or they believe that they have successfully deceived everyone into believing that they are smarter than they actually are. For example, if a person has done well in his class and he has got good grades, and people start coming congratulating him, and if that person has at least one of the following three thoughts in his head, then, for example, the first thought he gets is like, I'm a fake. People will discover that I do not have enough knowledge. I have fooled everyone into believing that I'm competent enough, but actually I'm not. Number two, attributing your success to luck. Oh God, I just got lucky. It was just a timing. It is just a fluke. Number three, disowning your success, saying like, I did well in this class because it was an easy class. The professors were quite generous to me. If you had been in my class, you would have received the same grades. No big deal. Sounds familiar? Yeah. So, well, you're not alone in this. So why do people have these feelings? To start with, it happens when the image one has in the head do not match the image who needs to be recognized, doesn't match the image with the kind of person they actually are. They do not believe, they start believing things that are false, and they don't take responsibilities for what they have done. They lack the enough psychological strength to do that. And who are the people who are most likely to get affected with this imposter syndrome? Frankly, it's not unique to one group. It can be anyone. It can be me. It can be you. It can be anyone. Students, professors, teachers, actors, actresses. It's anyone in the world. But in fact, it is mostly seen, but the studies indicate that it has been mostly seen in highly achieving, highly successful people. In fact, the most successful people in our era, for example, Will Smith, and I have a quote from popular author Mary Angelou, who said, "I have written 11 books, but each time I think, they are going to find out now. I've run a game on everybody, and they are going to find me out." See, so most successful people have accepted to have these feelings, and this is how we need to it boosts us confidence, saying that okay, I'm not alone in this. In fact, the term imposter syndrome was coined in 1978 by Pauline Clance and Suzanne Imes, where they observed that especially highly achieving women they fail to internalize their accomplishments. They observed that women are more susceptible to this syndrome than men, because of many dynamics. There may be family situations or any other cultural factors, which we'll discuss later. And the reason, when you see that why is it mostly seen in highly achieving people, is because when they reach at that stage in their career, they're mostly on their own. There's not much of a mentor system, and the competition is intense. So, but one important thing to notice over here is imposter syndrome is not a mental sickness. It's not even a syndrome. It's just a term they have used in order to describe these feelings. It doesn't matter how often, how frequent you get these feelings, but what matters here is if you're giving your fear the power to prevent you from taking actions that you need to to reach your goals. That is what matters. But unfortunately, the problem is most people are giving their fear the power to take over themselves. Now, let's talk about the contributors for this imposter syndrome. Number one would be internalization of cultural norms, your social and cultural factors. For example, your family conditions, situations. For example, few families may have, something like you have intelligent child and one intelligent child and one sensitive child. Okay, and no matter whatever that sensitive child does, no matter how many good grades he or she gets, they are never recognized for their intelligence. As a result, what may happen is that person may start underrating himself or herself, and that would discourage them in every point in their life. And when it comes to mostly here self-deception is usually achieved what you're culturally conditioned to believe. For example, in women, it's like when you reach one particular age, you need to have a particular weight, one particular income, you need to take care of your family, and juggling work and professional career. It's one of the most important contributors of imposter syndrome in women. Women who do part-time jobs to take care of the family, they feel that they do not perform their roles equally well. In fact, when actually they need to have the confidence to explain to others what is the value of the experience they offer. Most women are socialized from a very young age that we have to be, you need to limit yourself in a male-dominated society. You need to be open, and you have to, like, basically we are taught like you need to apologize for everything. Whereas in men, mostly the talks are like, dude, it's okay, just it's okay to make mistakes, just be strong. So that is where the difference is. And next, the other factor I would say is overgeneralization of successes and failures. It's nothing but taking one negative effect one negative event that happened in your life as an indefinite spiral of defeat. If you're denied promotion at work, people think that, okay, I'm never going to be successful in my career. Tremendous amount of energy is spent in trying to overcome something that has happened to us. Next, you have projection. Taking an undesirable aspect of yourself and attributing it to others. Then focusing on perfection, not value. No one is perfect. This is a phrase that everyone knows, but no one follows. We try to reach a level of perfection in everything we do, especially women. In meetings, women tend not to speak in meetings unless and until they're 100% sure of the answer, or they do not submit the reports unless they have reviewed over and over again. And most women feel like that they will be, they'll be recognized based on how they look rather than what they have done. So all these factors are most of these are the contributors for the feelings that inculcate. Coming to the next factor, you also have rationalization, wherein and then emotional reasoning, wherein you feel that your feelings are actually going to affect your reality. I have John Lennon. He gave his famous quote, said that a part of me feels like an imposter and the other part of me feels like I'm God Almighty. If you can see these both levels of illusion, but there are two extreme levels of illusion. The first part, he feels like he's a loser, which is an illusion, and the other part is clearly an illusion where he feels that he's God Almighty. So the way we can overcome this is we have to move from the level of this loser to the level of God Almighty. This is true that we cannot be the actual perfectionist, but all we can do is we can try to reach a level of perfection. So the ways we can do it is know how to overcome this imposter within us is one, awareness, know about it. And knowing that, I'm not sure how many of us had actually known about this imposter syndrome. And knowing that many people, most successful people have been suffering from this syndrome, they have had these feelings, will just boost our confidence. Number two, talk to people, talk to your friends, talk to your family, or have a mentor, talk to your mentor, or you can even go for a psychotherapy. But again, one important thing, psychotherapy is not for crazy-minded people. It's very important to remove this deception that the psychotherapy is only for weak and crazy-minded people. Number three, make a note of your accomplishments. Just as you take responsibility for your failures, you should start taking responsibilities for your success as well. Make a year list. Where it says, okay, collect your wins, collect your testimonials, collect whatever. If anyone has given a thank you letter, just make a note of that in your year list, saying that. And whenever you feel like a fraud, just go have a look over that. Number four, focus on value, not perfection. As I said earlier, no one is perfect. We are here to try to achieve what we can, not what we can't. All we have to do is keep on trying, and take challenges and try to achieve them. Then, as a conclusion, I would say that imposter syndrome is how imposter syndrome affects someone. It solely depends upon the individual itself. As I said earlier, the consequence, it doesn't matter how frequently you get these feelings. All matters is if you should not let those feelings, those fears overcome you. Not letting your inner or outer voices prevent you from creating something new and interesting is the only way you can defeat this syndrome. Questioning yourself before taking a decision will help you identify, or before taking a decision, in fact, before reacting to a situation, will help you identify your insecurities. You should start taking responsibility for your actions. It's okay to make mistakes. And it's this overcoming self-deception is a lifelong journey, but it's as important to curb this as important as it is to earn your professional degree. That's it from my end. So welcome for any questions.
Well, we don't have any questions right now, but I think this is a wonderful talk, and I want to thank you so much for sharing your insights on the imposter syndrome. It's funny, what you're saying to me is incredibly useful for me today in particular. So I want to thank you personally for your wisdom and your insight.
Thank you, Diana.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and end the session, but I will put this recording up online on the website, and so you can share it with your colleagues and your friends, and I will be sharing it as well for a number of people I know who can use these words of wisdom. So thanks so much.
Sure, Diana. Thank you.
Bye.